So earlier today, the PlayStation VR 2 was officially announced for the PlayStation 5, and we got a whole suite of new information regarding this virtual reality headset. So first off, obviously it'll connect to the PlayStation 5, but interestingly, it'll connect using only one cord. Now previously, we thought that there would be no cords, and it would transfer like Virtual Desktop does to your computer wirelessly using like a Bluetooth adapter or something along those lines, but instead, they're going to a one-core design, similar to like the Link to the Quest 2, which will be okay. It will impact comfort and movability, but in such a negligible way that I don't think it'll really matter when you take into account the added benefits of this design, which really include like increased frame rates, stability, and things along those lines. And in addition, we got confirmation, obviously, that there will be enhanced resolution and FOV, which is huge, because FOV, for one, is a highly overlooked feature in virtual reality headsets that is essential to immersion. And you need to increase the resolution, though, while increasing the FOV to keep things in balance. And PlayStation VR is at a 720p resolution, so it's already insanely low compared to something like the Quest 2 or even like the Rift from like 5 years ago. So they really need to enhance the resolution, preferably to above what the Quest 2 has, but I'll get into that later. And then also, we got a few new details on a new controller. Now previously, the PlayStation VR used those like PlayStation Move controllers from the PS3 when they were trying to mimic the Wii, and it wasn't very good. It's just kind of like a boggled down, confusing mess of a controller that really is not intuitive for virtual reality. So it's great to hear that they're going all out with new controllers. And if you remember, like a year or two ago, we got a leak of finger tracking built into a controller from Sony, and it was like showcasing their new tech when it comes to controllers. And if you move your fingers around an actual controller, it'll track them. So it's kind of a hybrid between the hand tracking found in like the Oculus Quest 2, for example, and the touch controllers also in the Oculus Quest 2. So really, that hybrid design will lead to a more immersive social and like gameplay experience, and so I can't wait to see what they do there. Then also they said the controller will feature new ergonomics and will incorporate features from the DualSense, meaning probably way better haptics, because really one of the biggest benefits of the DualSense over like the DualShock 4 is haptics and that feel of immersion, like when you use the touchpad and everything. It really makes you feel like you're there, and incorporating that into a virtual reality headset would be truly mind-blowing. Just imagine picking up an object or pressing a button. It would feel as if you were really doing it. And then, developers are already developing. See, dev kits are about to go out, and Sony has confirmed that developers are already starting work on creating new worlds for PSVR 2, or whatever it's going to be called. They didn't give a concrete like name or anything, so probably it won't be called PSVR 2. It'll be something different, like PlayStation VR X or whatever, like PlayStation VR Evolved, or some catchy line like that. And then, of course, new information will come out later this year, and my guess what that translates to is a full reveal. Like, we'll actually see what the product looks like, we might get pricing, or anything along those lines, and I really want to see this thing in action. The most important part, though, is the specs, because PlayStation can get the games, but they have to be on top of the specs, because the Quest 3 might come out like in a year or two. And since this headset is actually releasing in 2022, not 2021, as many and I have previously thought, it will be in direct competition with potentially a Quest 3, assuming it comes out in the holidays for both headsets. And you might be saying, well, the Quest 2 and Quest 3 are going to be tetherless, and the PSVR 2 is going to be tethered, so they're not directly competing. They're having the same niche audience, but they're kind of in separate, segregated areas. But that's wrong, because VR is such a niche topic as it is, that each headset is already covering the entire market. So the Quest 2 and probably 3 at this point and the PlayStation VR 2 will be in direct competition, and what it will boil down to is games, tech, and pricing. And really, the Quest 3 or Quest 2 will have it beat in terms of pricing, for my money, but it will not have it beat in terms of games, because see, Sony has all those studios, it has all those IPs, and the ability to churn out, like, AAA, amazing VR titles, whether it wants to or not. It at least has this ability to, and PSVR already has a pre-established audience and library, and assuming those games are backwards compatible with the PSVR 2, it will be hard to beat in terms of games. And then also, since it'll be using the PS5, the specs-wise, it'll be far more powerful. Then, though, you gotta take in consideration that the Quest 3 will be tetherless, and how that will actually affect its sales. Because what consumers are looking for is probably a tetherless system, unless you take in consideration comfort. Because PSVR 2 is going to be wildly more comfortable. So really, you can go back and forth on these two systems and which one will come out ahead. But if I had to pick the one that's more deserving of it, from the limited information I have here, it's easily the Quest, because of how much Facebook has been pushing this hardware, and how well it has really evolved from each iteration. And the PSVR 2, we're going to have to see more of it, but it's going to come down to the resolution and FOV and the controller for me. And they really need to showcase some mind-blowing games to get people on board. Anyways, though, it was a really cool announcement to finally get a little more information, and a little bit disappointment that it's coming out in 2022, but nonetheless, I am still very excited for this new product, and I cannot wait to see more information on it later in the year.